One of the first things that attracted me to literacy work was hearing people's stories. I've noticed literacy learners feel the same way. Personal stories build community, connections, and trust, three elements that create a safe learning environment. When I was first introduced to digital stories, I got very excited. Here was an interesting and powerful way for people to share their stories. The problem was how to make this process accessible to literacy learners, many with multiple learning barriers or disabilities. After a few years of hearing others' experiences and asking lots of questions, I was introduced to Colin Ford, a digital storytelling trainer. We communicated by phone and email for a long time before we actually met. The first day of our digital storytelling training, Colin was greeted by an uncharacteristically cold day. We'd never met. He stood not 10 feet from my car in the cold while my student and I waited in warmth for his bus. What we didn't realize is that it had arrived early. A group of local literacy instructors, tutors, and students gathered for the training. Colin presented some of the digital stories he helped others produce and talked briefly about some of the technical aspects of digital storytelling. Immediately, my question about making this process technically accessible was answered. Colin introduced us to Photo Story 3, a free and very easy-to-use program to produce digital stories. It walks you through the process in just a few simple steps, and there's no need for a lot of fancy technology. Then we got into the best part, sharing stories. Tracy talked about the ups and downs of life with a mom whose health is problematic. Pam's story about her first trip back to her mother's village in Greece was both touching and funny. The story Jason told expressed how he transformed himself while transforming a discarded bike frame into a workable, saleable bicycle. And Toshi's tender description of his daughter's first day of school and their English language acquisition experiences since moving to Canada was poignant. Of course, all the stories were stirring. By the end of the session, we'd already used a number of literacy skills: communicating orally, identifying the beginning, middle, and end of a story, synthesizing, processing, summarizing, considering audience and point of view. But the emphasis always stayed on telling the story in our own words in the first person. Everyone contributed and felt a sense of accomplishment in the process of collating the stories. When we finished, we all felt we'd learned so much about each other, about other people's experiences, and about the world. The group had connected at a deeper level, and everyone felt their story had been validated and served a purpose, that we each had a voice. The next time we met, we were excited to see each other, and were looking forward to digging into our projects. We'd collected some photos or had drawn some images we planned to use. Then we got right into using the computers, practicing and developing our computer literacy skills. Within just a few hours, most of us had produced a story that was close to completion. While the process was not entirely frustration-free, the overall experience proved to me that with a little care, attention, and planning, digital storytelling can truly be an exciting, powerful, and most importantly, accessible literacy tool for people with a wide range of learning styles and needs.